Thursday. I am super excited to bring you a little domestic opportunities today. So Monica Quincosa Escobedo, I want to make sure I say her name correctly. She is a colleague of mine who is going to share with us a little taste of Key West, some of the properties that she manages, and she's going to kind of just give us a little bit of fun stuff at the tip of Florida. So with that, take it away, Monica. It's all yours.
Thanks so much, Lulu. I really appreciate it. I'm happy to be here to be discussing Key West. So as Lulu mentioned, I'm Monica. I am from the southernmost beach resort and from the Marker in Key West. Love to give you some information today about Key West as a destination, how easy it is to get to, and why our resorts are kind of the perfect location for your Key West getaway. If you want to go ahead with
I'm going to go ahead and start showing the presentation. Woohoo! And so let me just get into presentation mode here. Give me 1 second.
Sure.
From the beginning. And away we go. So the beautiful parts of Key West. Now, if y'all remember, Key West is part of the U.S., but we feel like it's an American island because it has so many different flavors to it. So here's how we get there.
Yeah, so I mean, we'll kick it off this way. So I know many people often wonder about getting to Key West, and people tend to think it's difficult to reach because it's technically closer to Cuba than it is Miami and the mainland, but it's actually pretty easy to get to. A lot of our guests tend to fly into Miami since it's, a huge airport with so many ins and outs, and they make that famous drive down Overseas Highway. It takes about 3 to 4 hours, but you are entertained the entire way. There's so many sights to see along the way, so many places to stop, so many areas you could take a picture at or just have some lunch or have some wonderful key lime pie on the way down. And then the last bit of it is really going down that iconic 7 Mile Bridge, which is that picture that you see there. I mean, it's just stunning. It's like turquoise water on both sides. It's so serene, so peaceful. It's really something very cool that the Keys has. And ultimately at the end, you get to Key West. So it's a very, it's fun and it's something that's really enjoyable. I definitely think everyone should put it on their bucket list because it's like nothing else really in the US. Outside of that, we have an airport in Key West. It has multiple flights per day, both domestic and international. It has direct flights from Newark, DC, Dallas, Tampa, just to name a few. So it is quite easy to get down here from across the country. So yeah, don't be afraid. It's easy to get to Key West, and it really is America's Caribbean islands. If you want to go somewhere to relax, it really is Key West.
And just as a reminder, no passport needed here.
Yes, that's right.
So let's start kind of exploring, obviously some great iconic places. Obviously the southernmost point and Sloppy Joe's. I mean, these are iconic.
Yeah, I mean, so I really love Key West, and I really hope it shows through this presentation because it really has something for everyone. I mean, it's just full of culture. It's so inclusive. It's eclectic, really. I mean, and when you're in Key West, it's really judgment free and it's all about having a great time. I mean, if you're a foodie, there's so many restaurants with some of the best and freshest seafood that you can find, really. One of the cool features that our resorts offer is hook and cook. So basically, if you've gone out for the day on a fishing charter and you've caught all these really cool fresh catches, a grouper, mahi, you come back to our restaurant and our chef will prepare the catch of the day to your liking. So it's kind of like farm to table, but both boat to table. So it's something really cool that our guests really tend to enjoy.
And yeah, you can't get fresher than that. It really is super amazing. And the beautiful part about, being in Key West and all of that is if you guys are divers, diving in Key West is awesome.
Yes.
So you have, so not only can you go snorkeling, but you can do diving, you can have a lot of water sports and really just, and not leave the US. I mean, it's great. So
yeah,
you've got a video here that we're going to quickly play. So let's put some sound on it, hopefully.
Oh, no sound. So we're good to go.
Okay.
Yep. So this is kind of just highlighting one of our resorts. It's Southernmost Beach Resort, and it's an aerial footage, and it's on our website as well if you want to take a look at it on your free time. But it is like no other. I think Southernmost is truly special. Arguably, it's one of the most well-known resorts in Key West. It's sprawled out over several acres. We have 3 pools, 2 beaches, a beachfront restaurant. I mean, there's really, it's something for couples. You've got something for families. You have something for solo travelers, friends. I mean, it's got it all at Southernmost. You can kind of see some images here as well that really highlight the resort. Some nice aerial footage of our private beach there. You can have some beautiful beachfront weddings. The restaurant's right on the beach again. You have 3 pools. So the one down on the bottom left is the Shores pool, which is arguably the most popular one. And then on the resort, we have some beautiful oceanfront rooms as well, top right that you can see them. So it's really cool. It's a really nice resort. It's on Duval Street, but it's not in the craziness. It's on the quiet side. So if you want to get to the craziness, you're, a short walk away. But if you want to retreat and have some peace and tranquility, it's definitely the place to stay to get the best of both worlds.
And it really is the last point of Key West.
Yes, yeah.
Southernmost. So if you guys are looking geographically, like going, how far can I go and how close to Cuba can I get without getting there? This is pretty much it.
Yes. Yep. And I mean, the restaurant's got some Cuban flair too. So you have a little taste of it, but while still staying in the US.
Awesome. So now we're talking about some guest houses that you've got, which are great, especially for families or family reunions and things like that. So guide us through a little bit.
Yep. So another really cool thing that Southernmost has, we have these 2 guest houses called Lemur and Dewey House. So these 2 are kind of comprised of 19 rooms. Every single room is different, which I think is so cool. One house the design is more of a reddish feel. The other house is like the lighter blues and more of those tropical hues. Either way, they're both fantastic. They have a separate entrance than the rest of the resort. So they have their own kind of lock in the front door. Completely secluded on that front. You have daily breakfast, afternoon hors d'oeuvres, you have your own on-site concierge, and it is adults only. So it really is spectacular. It's very romantic. People rave about their experiences at the houses. I personally love them because they're so unique, and it really is like nothing else that you'll find in Key West.
That's awesome. So really, guys, for those of you who are looking for maybe seeing some of your family members, adults that you haven't seen throughout this entire quarantine time, if you guys want to meet down there, this would be great because, again, each one of you would have your own rooms, so you can still see each other, hang out, but yet at the same time have that little bit of social distancing if you still want that. And here's an amazing pool view. I mean, I just want to jump in.
Yeah, so this one's actually a beautiful, it's should be a video, but it might be stuck. It's a beautiful kind of drone image or a video of the Marker, which is our sister property down in Key West as well. And it's just kind of highlights the beautiful pool. I mean, I want to be in there right now, right? After being,
of course.
So the Marker is another beautiful resort we have down in Key West, which is Old Town's newest resort, which is few and far between down in Key West. It's really chic. It's modern. It's got that barefoot luxury feel. It has that beautiful pool that you just saw as the main pool. And then there are 2 other pools, one of which is adults only. It's right in front of the harbor. And a lot of our rooms, actually, you can see the harbor from there. So it's the perfect place to really capture the sunset in Key West. Super close to Duval Street, so you can take a walk down if you want to do that famous Duval crawl and crawl back to your room. It's easy to get to. And it's also really close to Mallory Square, which is another very nice spot for the sunset. It's really popular and people love going down there. So this is kind of a view. We have live music by the pool. It's just a very cool, very fresh and modern resort in Key West.
Awesome. And so now we're looking at the residences because this is obviously the next step where, where you can get a little bit more access, more bedrooms and things like that.
Yes. So the residences are brand new. They just opened at the end of 2019. So brand new, really spectacularly decorated 1-bedroom apartments. So it's housed in what we call the Harbor House. So it's its own little building out in near the Serenity Pool. It has its own entrance off the street if you want to do it that way. You can also access it from the main resort. There's 4 1-bedroom buildings or 1-bedroom apartments in there. And within them, you have that beautiful kind of living area, and then you have the separate bedroom, a beautiful bathroom, and then another bathroom. So there's a lot of space, and then you have a large veranda as well. Something cool that you could do with this is that if you want to have that private family reunion or getaway, you can rent out the entire residence house, and it's essentially a 4-bedroom house. Everyone has their own suite with their own kitchen and own situation. And it's very close to the Serenity Pool. So it's essentially you walk out, you have our nice little private courtyard, and then you get over to the pool. So it's easy, it's beautiful, it's relaxing, it's so close to all of the attractions you really want to see in Key West. And it's really spectacular. It's brand new, and it looks great.
Awesome. And I love one of your notes in here. You have a curated in-room mini bar. So
yes,
yeah, mean that you guys are all going to tell me what you want in your mini bar, and I'm going to go to Monica. Here's what we need.
Really, I mean, it's like your own. It's true. It's like your own way to be like, it's essentially you're a celebrity for the time that you're there. You tell us what you want, we'll get it for you. You could do your own kind of mojito mini bar if you want. You can make your own mojitos. It's very cool, and the possibilities are essentially endless of what we can offer for the residences at the Marker.
That's so super exciting. I mean, I'm like I said, I'm ready to rock and roll. So you guys who are really itching, and you want something to go. As our states are, open to travel, and we go into that phase 2, really keep an eye on Key West. This is really where you're going to want to be, because you're going to have that opportunity again for that social distancing, but you're still going to have everything that you want, that you may not be able to get to on a Caribbean island or things like that because of all the borders being closed. So this is a really great opportunity.
Yes, exactly. And that's just a quick kind of 360 view of what the suite looks like. I mean, it's so modern, and it's just so spaced out that it's really great for a family.
That looks bigger than my house. So we talked a little bit about the social distancing, obviously, and so this is a little sanctuary, and I know that you have really put in some great notes in here. So let's kind of talk a little bit about it, because obviously everyone has that feel of, is it going to be safe, in terms of the pools and the guest rooms and things like that. And you guys have started already to implement some great deep cleaning steps.
Right. Yeah, and I think, like you mentioned, it's really important to highlight it, because I think it's front of mind right now with everything going on. So our resorts have done a wonderful job with really starting to put the right steps in place to make sure that people are safe and feel comfortable. So while our operations have been suspended right now, we have been working really hard to get things going for all the future guests. Both of the resorts have undergone deep cleaning and sanitation of all the guest rooms and public areas. The pool areas have been deep cleaned. The grounds have been deep cleaned. There's preventative maintenance going on daily. There's been new windows installed, new carpets, new doors. Just different things to make sure that we stay ahead of the game in that respect, so that there's that level of comfort. Another thing that Southernmost Beach Resort did specifically is that we've installed new lobby doors. So we're implementing kind of an open space lobby, so that you're not kind of closed into that lobby and you feel uncomfortable with those people around. It's all open. You can walk around. It's spacious. Even things that we're doing by the cabanas, making sure the cabanas are 6 feet apart. So if you do rent a cabana, you have that privacy and that security that you are further apart from the next person next to you, so you can really enjoy yourself and kind of kick back and relax and forget about everything that's kind of going on right now or the past. So I think it's really important to highlight that. And as we kind of keep going, I'm sure things will continue to evolve and ideas will come out as far as what we need to do to continue that process. But we're doing everything we can right now while we've got the time.
And that's awesome. And so, a couple of things that I wanted to highlight also is that if you guys want to drive down there, you can do it, because again, there is opportunity for you. If you don't want to fly, we can certainly do a road trip down there. Parking is, how is that? How does that work? Is there a fee for that?
Sure. So both resorts have parking available. There is a fee. They vary by resort, but there's plenty of on-site parking. So I would definitely recommend, if you want to drive, it's absolutely possible to drive.
Awesome. So we now have 2 ways, so we can get you there by flight if you're have no problem to go, and you can rent a car while you're there. Or if you don't want to rent a car, we can obviously do all of the different transportation that you need, and obviously coordinate all of that and all of the activities that you would do there, in terms of whether you want any type of action activities. We would coordinate on your itinerary. So all of this is really easy for me to put together for you, and obviously just kind of keep it going. So, and I work with Monica and her team really closely. So if there's anything that you need, know that you're going to be well taken care of, because those are my contacts, and you guys are talking to them and seeing them now live. Is there anything else that you'd like to add?
I just really want to highlight, Key West is awesome. And like you mentioned, no passport required. So come on down to Key West. As soon as, the county is accepting visitors, I think it's a great place to really disconnect without leaving the country. So my plan is to get to Key West as soon as I can. So I'm ready to go. So
absolutely. And what is the outlook in terms of when you guys are looking to reopen?
So it's all dependent on the county. Ideally, it's June 1st, but again, it depends on when the county is available and allowing for non-residents to head down to the Keys.
Awesome. So if you guys are a little bit hesitant or things like that, we can easily start planning for July or August. So that way you're not missing out on complete summer and still have the ability to go down there. And then the earlier you're going to book, the better you're going to find yourself in terms of availability and what you want. So especially if you're looking for that, the marker, the residence, and you want all 4 bedrooms, right? So I'm itching. I'm going, where can I go? Talk to me a little bit about how easy it is to get food. We know we talked about, everything. You can walk, right then and there, and you obviously have some restaurants. But if somebody, that isn't taking any type of meal plan or anything along those lines, how easy is it for them?
Oh, everywhere. Everywhere you turn, there's a restaurant of some sort, even like a tiny little cafe that'll have pastries or coffee. Everywhere there's something. In every corner, there's a different restaurant. Both resorts have their own restaurant, but outside of that, the island is just full of different types of cuisine. So there's definitely something everywhere.
So see, guys, everything is walkable. So really, again, a great opportunity for you guys to just really enjoy and relax. So Monica, I thank you so much for coming today and really just kind of showing us, this amazing taste of our little Caribbean life right here in the US, which is super, super awesome. So thank you. I hope that you have a great day, and everyone else, until the next time. Namaste.
Thanks so much.
Bye.